Hi. Um, like I said in my last video, I would be giving advice. There's something I would like to bring up that people commonly misunderstand or misconstrue or just don't really look upon. Every... Sorry, too much glare. You know what? Okay. A lot of people in this society, they think that all of the sadness comes from the women. As in, all the depression comes from women. This is just what I've been told or what I've been observing. Everybody thinks women are allowed to be sad, while men, if they're sad, it's considered weak. I'm here to tell you that's not true. If you think a man is a coward because he's sad or he's depressed, then there's something wrong with you. I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. When I was 12, I had something very traumatic happen to me. I don't really want to go into full detail. I had something very traumatic happen to me. I have I have a certain disorder that kind of puts me in a different mindset and makes me forget and kind of just like it. This has ruined a lot of my good relationships, and I'm not just talking about like women. No, I'm talking about my relationships in general, like my family, my friends. And ever since that day, it makes me look at myself completely different, because from that day on, I've never been the same. And on top of that, I was going through what I didn't think I would ever see. I thought I was going through my parents' divorce. They've been separated for years before they got a divorce. They were always yelling at each other. It got really violent at times, and sometimes I found myself in tears. So I really didn't know how to handle it. And I kind of just bottled that up. I didn't really do anything about it. I didn't talk about it. I didn't see a therapist. I didn't do anything about it. I just bottled it up and pretended like nothing was happening, which was the worst thing I could do. My dad wasn't always there, and it was really hard on me because he was the one person I knew I could look up to, and I thought he was Superman. You know, I thought he was invincible. I thought he was just amazing in every way. Now, I'm not sure if him going to war changed that specifically, but when he came back, I knew something was different. He would always be in his room, and he would never come out. He would basically just hibernate, rarely ever coming out to talk to us. He made my mom sleep on the couch for years, which actually had developed later on to be disastrous on her back. She now has back problems because of that. So, safe to say my dad hasn't been the best father ever. He knows it now. He's trying his hardest to make up for lost time, but And my mom, I love her to death, but there are things that she's done. She wasn't motivated. She was always depressed, and she wasn't motivated, which I know, I understood her situation to an extent, because I was only like 12. But she was our mom, and she was supposed to be taking care of us, and she was failing at it. The only thing good that she did, as far as I can remember, was getting a job at McDonald's, working late nights, trying to provide for us, like my dad couldn't do, because he was going through some issues of his own. I started developing a late depression, and this didn't really manifest until I turned 14. I started I just started projecting all these feelings out on other people. I was bashing them. I was just being disrespectful. I was lashing out for no reason. Everybody that tried to help me, I pushed them away, and everybody that I pushed away are people I cared about. If people think women or girls are the only species or gender that are allowed to be sad and do something about it, they're wrong. Because I myself went through depression, and as stupid as I was, I self-harmed. It was hard on my family. The day that my stepmom found out was the day that she almost left. Not entirely because of me, but because my dad didn't handle it well. He started throwing a fit, and I mean throwing a fit. It's okay. It's okay. I want to say that it's okay to have these feelings. I want to say that for a guy, you don't have to be embarrassed to feel these things. You don't have to think that it's too girly to have these feelings, because it's not. It's very universal. Everybody goes through it. What I want to say to you is that never depend on somebody to give you happiness, because I found that to be extremely unhelpful. To a certain extent, they will give you a type of happiness, but it's not the happiness you will be looking for. Everybody needs to realize that you're the only person that can change yourself. You're the only person that can make yourself happy, whether you actually believe it or not. You're the only person that can make a difference in your life. You can be the person to wake up one morning and just say, you know what? I'm not going to do this today. The sun is shining out there. I have food in my stomach. I have a roof over my head, and I have clothes on my body. Today's a day. I can choose whether or not to make it a good one, or I can choose whether or not to make it a bad one. Be that person. Because the more you struggle with your own inner demons, the worse it's going to get. You are a unique individual. Everybody says that someone's special. We're all unique individuals. We all leave our very own significant imprint on this world. We just need to find out what that is. If you feel like you're going to resort to harming yourself, and this is not just for guys, if you feel like you're going to resort to harming yourself, I want you to pause for a second. Please heed my tellings, whatever. Pause for a second. Look at the blade. And then look at your past scars. I want you to tell yourself, is it worth it? And if you find yourself at the end of this blade, and you feel like there's no going back, I want you to remember that everybody has a specific place. I can find my place. I can find it. And I will find it. I found my place. It's right here. With you guys. Though I'm generally new at it, I found quite recently that my place is with you guys. Helping people. Serving as a conscience. Like Jiminy Cricket. Though, I am wearing green, okay. I want you guys to be the best you that you can be, and don't let anybody get in the way of that. I didn't. And I'm happy now. So guys, if you feel like people are ridiculing you for these feelings that you're having, just know that they're going through the same thing. It's just their feelings are more mild. Your feelings are your feelings, and you control whether or not they control you. Don't let them control you. I let my feelings control me for 4 years, and it ruined a lot of good things for me. Don't do that. And I know saying, put down the blade and never do it again is like saying to an addict, put down that pipe and never smoke again. I know. It's going to be hard. I know it is hard. Find something to do. Twiddle your thumbs. Take a really hot shower. Just don't let the blade get the best of you. That's all I have to say. I hope anything that I said or everything that I said has touched you in some way, and I hope you guys get better. Thank you for listening.